What's going on, y'all? Jay up here again with another video. Just got done with my day 18 workout in the Sanity Asylum, the strength workout, and making progress. Good workout. Nothing else, much else to say. But today I'll be bringing out my last video on nutrition. This time I'm going to be talking about counting calories, which is probably the most confusing topic out of all of them. So I'm trying to keep it simple as possible. Probably so confusing that I've had to retake this video several times. This is maybe my 20th time starting over. So I'm gonna try to make this my final time. I'm gonna try to get through this. So let's do a recap first. Monday I talked about what type of foods I take in. Tuesday I talked about eating 5 small meals a day. Wednesday I talked about hydrating and supplementing yourself, and today I'm going to be talking about counting calories and limiting portion. Now today that's going to be it. I'm getting back to the action. Saturday I will upload my next workout, which will be the game day workout in Insanity Asylum. And but anyway, back to the topic, counting calories. How did I get introduced into it? Maybe a couple years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, I decided I wanted to get out of 300 Club, and I wanted to figure out a way to kind of manage my weight and keep track of what I take in my body. So I looked up counting calories, and I thought it was something that could fit me since I'm kind of a mathematical numbers person, I guess. But anyway, basically this is going to boil down to this: calories in and calories out. So let's talk about the calories in part first. So for example, I'm going to use this box of cereal right here, my favorite cereal right now, Go Lean Crisp. Go get that stuff by Kashi. I don't think y'all can see that nutrition label, but y'all gonna get the gist of what I'm talking about. Now y'all might think this is kind of corny, reading the nutrition labels, but today I'm gonna be corny. I'll read them labels all day in the grocery store. I don't care. But anyway, at the top you want to look at the serving size, and you want to look at the calories right here under the amount per serving. So the serving size on this is 3/4 cups. So you gotta look under right here where it says calories. So it's 180 calories per 3/4 cups of this. So you wanna look at the serving size and the calories. Serving size, calories. Okay. All the other stuff you can look at, but it's really about the calories, serving size. All right. So now in order to help you do this, you want to use a few tools. You want to use measuring cups, dry and liquid, teaspoon and tablespoon measures, also a diet scale, because some packages might not have cups or fluid ounces. It might have ounces or grams as in weight. So you don't need to go out and get the fancy digital readout type scales. You can just get the cheap like rotary dial scales. Those are just as good. But anyway, yeah, that's about it as far as how to actually count the calories that's going inside your body. Let's talk about the calories you expend, or the energy you expend outside of your body. Now this is probably the confusing part, so I'm going to make this simple as possible. Now part of this is going to take, y'all going to have to do some research on this, because I'm not about to explain all this stuff, because it's confusing if I were to explain it. So but anyway, so I guess what I want to start off with is finding your basic metabolic rate. This is how many calories you burn without doing any exercise. So in this case, I'm going to use the Harris-Benedict equation, which I will put on the screen. Should be there right now. It's going to be for men and women. For women, it's 655. I just put the equation away. I don't have it in front of my face. 655 plus 4.35 times weight in pounds plus 4.7 times height in inches minus 4.7 times age in years. For men, it's 66 plus 6.23 times weight in pounds plus 12.7 times height in inches minus 6.8 times age in years. So for these purposes, I'm gonna use my numbers. My weight is 220 in pounds. My height, I'm around 5'10", so that's about 70 inches. And my age is 24. So when you plug in all that, the number I get, which I just wrote it down, is 2,488. So that's how many calories I burn without doing anything. So this is not where the work ends. You also want to apply a factor. It depends on how often you work out. If you're sedentary or lazy, is going to be 1.2 if you're lightly active, 1 to 3 days of light exercise, 1.375. If you're moderately active, 1.55. That's 3 to 5 days of moderate exercise, and 1.7 is very active, for 6 to 7 days of hard exercise. Now, I'll probably fit in the very active range doing Insanity Asylum, but I like to be conservative, so I'm using moderate. So in this case, I'm using 1.55 times that 2,480.80 that I came up with, which is my basic metabolic rate, and I come up with 3,857.64. That's how many calories I burn with the factor applied. So at this point, this is where you figure out how much weight you want to lose. If you want to lose weight, subtract that number by 500. If you want to lose 1 pound of fat, subtract it by 500. Why? Because 3,500 calories equals a pound. If you divide 3,500 calories divided by 7 days, it's 500 calories a day. So you need a 500 calorie deficit a day in order to lose a pound. So that's where 500 comes from. If you want to gain a pound of muscle, just do the inverse and just add 500. That's to gain a pound of muscle, not fat, muscle. So that's basically how you figure out how much weight you want to lose or how much weight you want to gain in muscle. So they'll help you out right there. So if that kind of confused y'all a little bit, as I said, y'all might want to have to go research that yourselves, or you can go to a calorie count website. But the thing about those sites is that every time I go to a different one, it gives me a different answer, and I guess they'll give you about an eyeball figure. This is not really an exact science. It's more of an estimate, but this estimate has been working for me, so this is what I've been using. So y'all can go out there and use it too. But if it's something, calorie counting is something you probably couldn't get into, there are some alternatives. Basically, I guess you could actually wait until you're hungry, not till you think you're hungry, until you actually get hungry and start eating. Don't be like you growling, you starving hungry, or you might be tempted to overeat. If you a little hungry, go get you something. But remember what I said about hydrating yourself. Sometimes you being hungry is not you being hungry, you might be dehydrated. So go drink first and see how you feel. But also you can kind of, by a rule of thumb, I've heard that if you might not want to eat a portion bigger than your palm or your fist or something like that. So yeah, y'all go look that up too. But definitely I think counting calories is a more precise way of doing things, and I prefer it rather than those other alternatives I just named. But y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. I can only give y'all the tips, and the only thing y'all can do is either follow them or not follow them. So if it's something you might be interested in, go try it out and see if it works for you. But as I said, go research that a little bit more and kind of put that into practice. But once you do this stuff over and over again, and you'll get the hang of it, like the measuring cups and diet scales. I don't have to use that stuff a lot because I know how to eyeball my food now, because I've done it so many times. I know that a pinch of cheese is about 1/4 cup. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it so many times, and I eat the same meals every week. So I like to eat the same meals every week and kind of rotate something new in maybe every few weeks or something like that. So I just mentally know. I don't really have to write my numbers down or anything like that. So with that being said, this is the last video on nutrition. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Take these tips and run with them. Use them to your advantage. But anyway, the next video y'all see will be me doing my game day workout, and I think y'all gonna enjoy that one. There's a very fun workout. Hard workout, but very fun. But anyway, I'll see y'all Saturday. Peace.